We've seen many bad days in the crypto space, but today may be the single worst event we have ever seen. A top 10 cryptocurrency dropping by more than 90% in one day. Absolutely insane. We've seen this with other low cap coins, but a top 10 coin or even a top 20 coin, we've never seen this before. And Terra made its way into the top 10 because they had UST, an algorithmic decentralized stablecoin. That's the very reason they made the top 10. And now it is the very reason they are no longer in the top 10 because UST is a decentralized algorithmic stablecoin that's supposed to be worth $1, but it lost its peg. And over the last few days, Terra and the Luna Foundation have been trying to defend this peg, but they have not been able to. And right now, the price for UST is not even close to $1. The whole entire system is broken. And this is why we are seeing Terra on such a major decline. And a lot of people lost money, including myself, right? I had Luna, but I was able to cut my losses short. And there are so many things we can say about the situation. The first thing that I want to say is how important it is for us to not get emotionally attached to our investments. Luna was something that I thought maybe I did have an emotional attachment to. But as soon as I saw this news of the pegging, I started to follow. And then it went even lower. And I realized that I just have to cut my losses short. And in crypto, there are certain events that when we see them, we have to throw all of that hopium out of the window. Certain events, when we see them, we need to cut our losses short. And when I saw this happen to UST, I was down already, but I had to exit. I was fortunate enough to get out between $40 and $50. And from there, we've seen how low it can go. And there are other cryptos in this space that if they have a certain event, I'll cut my losses short if I have to, even including Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. The name of the channel is The Bitcoin Express. But for example, if I ever woke up one day and I saw that there was a successful 51% attack on Bitcoin, I would rush to my computer and I would probably sell all of my Bitcoin. The thing is, this is becoming less likely every day as Bitcoin becomes stronger and stronger, which is why I'm comfortable with Bitcoin. But if I ever were to see a 51% attack, a successful one, this basically breaks everything that Bitcoin is about. I would go ahead and sell my Bitcoin. There are very few cryptocurrencies in the space that really have zero risk with them. Actually, they all have big risks with them. This is why it's such a tough space. This is a big reminder that the space is still very experimental. At the same time, this is how people make big gains. When things are experimental, they take risks or hopefully asymmetric risk and bets. But this space is very experimental. Doesn't mean that I'm going to exit the space. Of course not. I've been in this space before and I've been through even worse crashes in the past. 2017, 2018, basically everything was down by more than 90%, right? So here we are, things are not down 90% across the board, but it could get there. This is a very new experimental space, very volatile, but it's through volatility that people make money. And you know that saying, only invest what you can afford to lose? Well, we're basically seeing this playing out right now. People will say it almost like a cliche, but we're seeing right now that it's actually possible. A lot of people were heavily invested into Terra, into the Luna ecosystem, which we thought is, a blue chip cryptocurrency in the top 10, and we can see what happens right now. And there's also a very important thing that I want to address, a very big concern. I've had a few people text me and message me saying, hey, UST just crashed. This is, horrible, of course. So I don't want to hold my USDC anymore, another stablecoin, except these are two entirely different stablecoins. UST is an algorithmic decentralized stablecoin backed by crypto, very volatile, very experimental, whereas USDC is backed by dollars, right? US dollars, entirely different risk system. So UST, decentralized algorithmic stablecoin, I know there are other protocols out there trying to do this, for example, Near Protocol, but we'll have to see if it actually works. But centralized stablecoins such as USDC, entirely different. So me, myself, I'm still holding on to my USDC, earning interest on certain platforms. Now, here's the scary thing, right? We're seeing this big crash, and for many people watching, it's their first crash. I myself, I have lost more than 50, 60% when it comes to crypto, maybe 5 times now. And like I said, the worst one was 2018. That was definitely the worst one for me. So these crashes will happen again. I don't know to what level, what the percentage drop will be, but they will happen again. And because they will happen again, we have to prepare ourselves for the next crash that will happen, I don't know, in a year from now, in 2 years from now, in 5 years from now, but it will happen. But what's helped me sleep well at night, I mean, I didn't sleep well at night in the beginning of my crypto days, but now I do, because once I realized that these crashes will happen in this brutal, brutal market, I had to prepare a portfolio that would be able to withstand even the worst times. Yes, I am down right now. I'm down like everyone else, but I am not in the gutter. I'm still alive. I'm still here. I'm still surviving. So how do we set up our portfolio? What does this even mean? Well, go ahead and watch this video to find out. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.